So I get asked a lot about the builds that I do, and I see the question on the Facebook groups and all that too. Post a build, somebody always wants to know where they can get plans for that, where did you get your plans for that? The truth is, guys, to do what I do, I don't use plans. You know, I do have plans for like my rocking horses and things like that I do for the kids, and you know, they seem to be pretty popular. But other than that, there's really no plans for the furniture that I build. And that kind of comes from my background. I started out in 1978 at 14 as a welder. I didn't start as a welder. I started sweeping the floor in a welding fabrication shop where they repaired heavy equipment. And then my career went from there. And out in the field, especially starting back then, when I got out of the Marine Corps and went into operating engineers in the 80s, we didn't have plans and blueprints and computers and all that crap. So out there in the field, they want to modify an implement to do something, you know, shape a trench, whatever it is. Something gets completely ripped apart. You have to rebuild it. You have to build floors, you know, scraper aprons or the doors on the scrapers, bulldozer blades. There's no plans for that. So what do? Is you start with your base structure, right? And the way that correlates into building furniture, like with this example right here, this is going to be a tall dresser. It's made out of walnut. This is going to be this is built to fit the space it's going to sit in. And there's no plans for stuff like that. You can't just go buy some, you know. But if you look at it logically, you can walk through it without ever having to have a plan. And I don't care how intricate it is, because if you have the idea of how this all works, it's easy. Okay, for example, and I'll talk about chairs and tables and different things in other videos maybe later on. But for right now, since we're standing next to this is a casework. And this could be a cabinet, a dresser, bookcase, could be anything, right? They all start the same. This is a box, that's it. So you start with your base dimensions, okay? The space this is gonna go into, the top is gonna be a little bit wider than the case, so I already know that. So I build my case to the dimensions I want it. You know how you want it to look, you already have the picture, and you know how big you want it, so that's where you start. Then you decide on your joinery, how are you gonna put this box together? Me personally, when I build stuff like this, I just like rabbet joints and dados. That's the easiest thing for, you know, bookshelves and different stuff like that. So I'll cut the rabbets where I want them, put the box together. Now I have my box. Now I have the perfect dimensions I need for the sizes of my drawer boxes. Case is done, that's easy, that's a day. Now I start working on the drawer boxes and I build them to fit inside this case. Typically you need a 1/2 inch clearance for your drawer hardware if you're using side drawer slides, or if you're using bottoms, you build according to that. And then once that's done like this, what I'm doing is I'm cutting out the drawer fronts and installing those today. So now I know where all my drawers are. I can see exactly where I want my drawer fronts to end and begin. Right here, I need an 1/8 inch reveal between each one, so that's simple. So that's what this tape is for. Now I put my marks exactly where I want them. I lay my panel up here exactly where I want it to land on the face frame right here. There's no guesswork. It's the same as using a story stick for the back panel. So I put it up here. Now I have my marks. I transfer my marks onto my panel where I'm going to cut my drawer fronts, and they're going to come out perfect too. Then I'm going to put those all on, and then I'm going to build the top, and I'll build the top so it sticks out 1 inch around the perimeter of this. And that's it. There's a dresser. And no matter how you're gonna dress that up, what kind of trim you're gonna put on it, drawer fronts, inset, lap, doesn't matter. Same with you, it's either gonna get doors, drawers, or it's gonna be like an open bookshelf, and that's all how you want it to look is all here, okay? And that's it. That's the structure of it. That's how I build all my furniture. So I'll talk more about table builds and chairs and things like that, especially the rocking chairs, because there's a few things you got to know about center of gravity, rock arc, those things. I'll talk about those later, but just to kind of give you an idea of how this process works, you already know what you want it to look like. You know how big you want it by the space it's going to go in. Then you start with the main structure, and that's where you go from. So I can take this same box right here and I can trim it out a million different ways and give it a million different looks. As far as the stand it sits on, the space it's going to go into, the drawer fronts, the top, is it going to be profiled, is it going to be square, you know, like just all different things you can do. So that's the simplest way to do it. And guys, I know what in this little hobby we call woodworking here, it's so easy to overthink everything. Don't be afraid to go in there and do it. If you're not sure about how your process is going to work, if depending on how intricate the build is, or you know, compared to what you've done before, don't be afraid to go buy some 2x8s and mill them down and build yourself a little prototype and make sure that the way you're planning on building this is going to work, right? Like your glue up sequence and all those things. Start with your main structure and work your way down to the small structures until it's done. And it's that simple. All right, I'm going to finish this up.